You impulsive swine.
I control my impulses.
No, you don't.
Before 9 o'clock I do.
You are a swine upon this vessel.
Is that Ray Winston you're doing?
You are a swine upon this vessel.
What's the date, mate?
And I will throw you overboard. It's the 5th of February.
It's a great day.
And it's our old friend. It's Curly Chops.
Curly Chops is back on the mix.
It's Marcus Aurelius.
Good old Marcus.
Don't be bounced around, but submit every impulse to the claims of justice and protect your clear conviction in every appearance.
Oh, there's loads of ways that we could take this with impulses. Yeah. And I probably don't want to take it the way that the first thought. I always think when we're talking about different things, it's like, maybe like stew on it a little bit more. What else can we take? Because typically the first thought may not be the best. It's a bit like you stick with it, you might find a few other options. So impulses is an interesting one. And I think about this in the sales process where people might push you.
Oh, well, okay. I like that. So the prospect's being impulsive.
Yeah.
They're saying, just let me see a demo. Just send me an email.
Yeah. And salespeople, more often than not, struggle to control their impulses and just give in, and they vomit and they just say, these are our features and benefits and this is what we do and these are all of our prices. And then the prospect goes, cool, thanks for all the free consultancy. Yeah. I've got all the answers I need. Why would I ever need to sit down with you?
I think that's really good. And I think, actually, if we were to play this on the prospect side, oftentimes what's happening is expectations haven't been managed. They're probably non-existent. So you've walked someone in and they're like, well, I just want to see what you do. They're not aware that there has to be this symptom finding, this consultancy piece first, or why that has to happen.
Yeah. So
I think getting into the call and being really upfront with the expectations. So if you know as a salesperson, people always say to me, can I just see a demo? You want to start your call off and say, look, before we jump in, there's a couple of things that need to happen before we jump into a demo. I just want to make sure you're okay with them. Is that all right if I run you through them? Yeah, go on. Normally I've got to ask you quite a few questions at the start, and if I'm honest with you, they're probably quite tough, squirmy questions. I'm doing it because I just want to understand where we are, where to focus this demo on, rather than just showing you absolutely everything we do. Is that okay, or does that feel ridiculous?
Yeah. Which 9 times out of 10 people are going to go, no, that's fair. We talk about like demos, and when you're selling software, there's a great thing we call the iPhone test. So if you walked into an iPhone and I said to you...
I walked into an iPhone.
an iPhone shop, and I said... Zach, great to see you. What brought you in here today?
I just love iPhones.
You love iPhones. Okay, and typically what do you use your iPhone for?
Steady.
That is iPhone 4, iPhone 12.
Very good. I use it for emailing, work. I'll take pictures, bit of connecting with family, social media, and stuff like that.
Cool. So what I'm not going to do, if I was to in that environment, I'm not going to show you all the things that don't relate to that. I might show you, I might dig a little bit deeper into emails and work and see if there's something that I can show you on the new iPhone that's going to help you. Might show you something to do with the videos, but I'm not going to show you how to produce short form content because you've not told me that's something you do. So typically with SaaS and software, it does hundreds of things, and salespeople run in with the demo and show you all the things it can do, but a lot of it's irrelevant. What I want to know is, does it solve this itch that I've got right now? And if you can show that and say, well, it does this, it would solve that problem that you're struggling with, and it also does X, Y, Z that we could get into later on.
Interesting. That's interesting, isn't it? Because it actually is impulsive, if you're a salesperson doing a demo, to want to show everything. And by the way, it also does this as well, and it's got an API integration as well. Have you got a CRM? And before you know it, you're just showing people all the pictures of your ugly baby that they're not interested in. You know what I mean? Not your ugly baby. He's very cute.
Thanks, mate.
So I think having a bit of reserve, you want your prospects to be leaving thinking, oh, I wonder what else it could do, rather than, I think I know everything that it does.
Yeah.
And I taught a business once to do a 10-minute demo. They were doing a demo that was an hour and a half, right? It had a little bit of creds at the first, it had some testimonials, then they jump in and go through step by step exactly what the product could do on every single element, right? So what I said was, let's do a big deep dive into one problem, so the discovery can feel quite long. And let's just do 10 focused minutes on exactly how to solve that problem as simple as possible, and end it on, look, there's loads more this could probably do. but I just wanted to focus on that problem.
Mm.
What you leave them with then is the excitement roller coaster. I'm at the top, and when they're at the top, you've gone, close.
Yeah, I love it. And the other thing that it probably like links nicely is tell me why I should work with you. Prospects come in and hot, and they're like, tell me why I should work with you. And so many people just vomit all the good stuff, all the reasons, like what? Well, we're award winning, we've done this, we work with Tesco's Bank, whatever it is. But it is about controlling your impulses, and there are certain answers that you can give to that question or that statement, because I actually think if you rush in and you vomit, the chances are you're probably going to lose it.
Yeah. Do you work with anyone else who's like us? Yeah, we also work with Tesco. Oh, if you work with them, they're our biggest competitor.
Yeah, we couldn't work with you.
Couldn't work with you. Rather than taking a second, controlling your impulse and saying, that's interesting. I don't want to sound like a classic salesperson. When you say people like you, what do you mean?
Yeah. The biggest piece of advice I give to salespeople, especially when they're new on the phones, is, and it sounds so stupid that you have to give this as advice, but think before you speak.
Yeah.
We love it that we'll get into a situation and we become the actor, don't we? So you'll hit me with something and I'll go, oh, okay, good question. But what I'm actually doing is I'm stalling for time. I'm buying a little bit of time. I'm going, okay. I'm taking that pause.
Yeah.
We did an interview a while ago with what was he? He was not a FBI agent, but he worked for like the Ministry of Defence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he used every question you'd ask him, he'd write it down first.
Yes, Matthew Dunn.
Yes, and he'd take a moment to think, and then he'd answer the question.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, every time you asked him, that little pause of him going. And it might be the most straightforward question. It could be, how long have you been an author for? And he'd go, well, I've been an author for... Elon Musk does it as well.
Yeah, I've seen him do it.
Gets asked the question, he really thinks about it first.
So think before you speak, salespeople. Control your impulses and make sure you take the bins out. I've been Jack Frimpson.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
Sally?